Algae, she remembered suddenly, and spoke the word aloud, her voice so soft that it got trapped inside the sun hat and reverberated there for a moment. Through the cracks in the woven hat, Magpie could see sun, blue skies, trees. There was 1 month left of her sophomore year of high school, and she had decided, after a mountain of evidence to support it, that the entire world was a joke. But the sun felt good, and the pizza float drifted lazily and knocked gently into the sides of the pool, and there was a warm breeze, and Magpie felt, momentarily, a cautious sort of peace. She let her hand dip over the side of the pool float and linger, wrist deep, in the cool water. Then she remembered the fresh chlorine and took it out again. Inside, the house phone rang. Only a handful of people knew and used that number, and most of them were telemarketers. She knew her mother, Anne-Marie, was inside, drunk early and watching TV. But the phone rang a dozen or so times, then went silent, unanswered. Anne-Marie had disabled the voicemail months ago, but Magpie's father still called every day at 6 o'clock, waiting for someone to pick up. Magpie liked to imagine what he might say if he could leave a message. It would be in a low, pleading voice. It would drift out of the house and slink over the grass and crawl up the side of the pool and swim across the water right into Magpie's ear. He would say something simple, something like, "Anne-Marie, please call me back. Please talk to me. Please give me a chance to explain." What this translated to, roughly, was, "Anne-Marie, I am sorry that our daughter caught me having sex with your sister in our bedroom 6 months ago, while you were out of town visiting friends, and Magpie was supposed to be at school, but instead was skipping 3rd period to root around in your bedside table for our little bit of weed, so she and Allison could get stoned and eat 4 bags of barbecue potato chips. I am sorry for how naked I was, and for how naked your sister was, and for how long we stood looking at our daughter/niece, not knowing what to say, not knowing even how to hide ourselves. It was as if time hiccuped and got stuck, and the 3 of us could not figure out how to undo it, how to get it moving again. Anne-Marie, I am sorry for the image of my naked, semi-erect dick that will forever be emblazoned on the insides of the eyelids of our youngest daughter. Anne-Marie, please call me back. Please talk to me. Please give me a chance to explain." A crash from inside broke Magpie's daydream. This was Anne-Marie throwing the phone against the wall. But it was the oldest and sturdiest phone known to man, and it would inevitably survive this minor inconvenience. And Magpie would pick it up later and piece it back together, and the whole charade would repeat tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow, and on, into infinity. Magpie spent enough time on the pool float for the sun to go down and her mother to pass out on the couch with the TV on too loud. Then she toweled off on the swim platform and went inside. The house she shared with her mother on Pine Street was dark, blinds pulled tightly closed, heavy blackout curtains hung at almost every window. Air conditioning units blew stale, chilly air that raised goosebumps on her skin every time she got too close. She had been making herself dinner for 6 months with little variation, because food did not interest her much. She ate it so she did not lose too much weight and raise the suspicions of the school guidance counselor, whose own daughter's kidneys failed after a slow burn with anorexia. The school guidance counselor was now very obsessed with the weights of the students who went to farther high school, and she regularly roamed the hallways, peering at bodies, looking for 2 prominent bone structures, clavicles and elbows that pulled at skin until it turned 3 shades lighter than it ought to have been. Magpie set a pot to boil on the stove and got a box of macaroni and cheese out of the cabinet. They were out of milk and butter, so it would be dry, and the powdered cheese would clump together in little tumors. She went and muted the TV. Anne-Marie slept noisily on the couch, big raking breaths that shook the pictures on the living room walls. Sweating on the coffee table within arm's reach of her, there was a large tumbler of vodka and ice, because it looked like water, and they could both pretend if they wanted to.